Hello guys, how are we doing? It's time for another Kha'Zix game. And today, we're cooking guys. We are cooking some stuff, alright? Let me cook. Let me cook for a sec. Alright, so, it's a bit of an interesting build. You might know that they added new runes, namely Jack of all trades in the inspiration tree, and they also added legend to haste in the precision tree, while also changing how cut down works in that tree as well. So what did I think to do? Well, obviously, run all of the new things at once, because why not? It sounded good, it sounded fun, and after some cooking, we figured out a way to get 10 unique stats on Jack of all trades as Kha'Zix. There are two main ways to do it. The first way is the quickest way, where you build Opportunity, Mercury Treads, Triforce, and Lord Dominic's Regards. This gives you about 10 unique stats for Jack of all trades, and it lets you unlock the 25 Adaptive Force. The other way takes longer, and by longer, I mean you need to be full build to get the 10 stacks, but it allows for more of an assassin path with more lethality and more haste early. We took the long path, but it does pay off. I mean, once you get to that point where you get the Adaptive Force from Jack of all trades, it actually ends up being pretty nice for Kha'Zix. You do a pretty respectable amount of damage, and the thing I like about this build is that for my selfish 1v9ers out there, you're able to farm the entire map, clear things really quickly, and just greedily inhale every creature on Summoner's Rift, while becoming strong through farm. I mean, it feels great, man. This is definitely one of the best Kha'Zix builds I've played in terms of how good it feels to play. However, on a viability scale, I gotta say, it can be pretty inconsistent at times. So keep this in mind as I explain the build in the video. There's not too much complexity to it, it's just a mission to get 10 unique stats, but hey, it's a lot of fun. Now if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the new videos, and this goes for everyone wanting to improve their Kha'Zix. Listen here right now. The big Kha'Zix guide will be the next video to be released, so definitely subscribe with notifications on if you don't want to miss when it drops. Make sure to drop a like on the video as well, it helps support the channel. I really appreciate it guys, but without further ado, let's get into this Jack of all trades build with Kha'Zix. Alright, here we go. It's time for another Kha'Zix game. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it in the intro, but yes, I'm doing it's a very experimental build, let's just say that. Jack of all trades with precision second. Listen, I will just say it right now. Precision second is, I mean, it feels really nice. I'm not gonna lie. Having that new rune, Legend Haste, giving you ability haste, is absolutely awesome. It feels really, really good on Kha'Zix. And the new cut down is pretty decent in some scenarios where, you know, the enemy's like full health and you jump in for a kill. You know, it does reasonable damage, but the problem is that it's like fairly inconsistent. So yeah, that's sort of the only issue with it. So yeah, precision second definitely feels really nice. However, it's not as consistent as just running like domination second. So you may as well just run that if you're gonna run first strike. But yeah, I'm also running the Jack of all trades rune in the inspiration tree in place of Cosmic Insight. I'm just trying it, man. Look, listen, it's like 15 Adaptive Force if you get 10 stacks. Come on, man. We're building for that 15 Adaptive Force. I think it's more than that. I don't know. Anyway, I stopped my clear because I see a very volatile fight happening here. This is a free kill. Gonna go ahead and just quickly snag myself one of those. We get the cannon minion too. Very, very juicy. And then we have to push this wave because it's pushing just, you know, otherwise it's gonna slow push into the enemy team's respawn. So we have to push this, even though Zaya pings back and it's like, okay, no, yeah, go for it. So yeah, now I'm just gonna return to my jungle and go for another, well, just clear again. Now, yeah, with Jack of all trades, I think, wait, no, it's like 25 Adaptive Force if you get the 10 stacks, and 10 unique stats. You know, that's what you're gonna get from, that's what we're trying to get from this build. And let me just say, it's definitely, once you like get to that point where you got the stacks, actually feels pretty damn good. However, spending the entire game building for a rune that gives you 25 Adaptive Force when you could just go like Eyeball Collection or, you know, Absolute Focus Scanning Storm, It's really not worth it, guys, but it's fun. It's fun to say the least. It is definitely fun, and towards the end of the game, once you start scaling, it's actually quite a potent build. But yeah, anyway, I finished my clear, and you know, I go for a repeat yank on these guys because it's Camille Samira. It's extremely aggressive lane, usually. So bound to be another fight, and sure enough, there is. Lane was pushing too. Just all the things added up for another gank here, and we go for it and get another great gank off. And yeah, now we can recall. So pretty brilliant start actually. 2 kills and a full clear. Perfect. I mean, can't go wrong with that, right? Now we're gonna recall and just head up top side, and I see the Singed proxying, so I'm like, yeah, this is a free kill for sure. First item is gonna be Yumu's. Nothing really changing there. Yumu's first is just way too good to pass up in my opinion. So cheap as well. Anyway, this guy is having fun playing Singed. I actually misplay a little bit. I didn't think you'd go back into the bush. I thought he was gonna keep proxying, so I was ready to jump out. Yeah, I don't know. I have to burn flash because of that. Me wasting my leap there. But at least we get the kill. Yeah, all I need to do there was like sit in the bush. But it is what it is. It's totally fine. Now I go for a counter jungle here because I believe these raptors are up according to how the Rek'Sai cleared. And so I'm going to be able to take these away really nicely. Don't actually know where he is. I'm not paying attention right now, sorry. I'm trying to wrap my head around the build and try and explain it. But yeah. Anyway, Pikes for gank. I jump over the wall here, try and go for a combo, get some first strike gold. Got the flash on Hui, very nice. And yeah, what I should be doing now is farming. I go for the grubs. Grubs looking pretty damn juicy. Although I am still level 5, so if I get jumped on here, I'm kind of screwed. But yeah, generally the grubs are like a fantastic way of getting your experience up early on in order to get to level 6 faster. So yeah, we see the Singe coming, and I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna die for these grubs. I will 100% die for this fucking second grub if I have to. That's just how grubs are, man. I don't know, I'm sorry, I can't resist. But it turns out he's not gonna contest. These guys are afraid to contest, actually. Which is understandable, because I think my mid-air's prior here. And yeah, so explaining the build more, right? With Jack of all trades, you need to get 10 unique stats. And to do that, you have to build it a little bit differently with Kha'Zix. For me, it's not too different, because, you know, a key component in this build is actually Triforce. And I'm a massive Triforce fan, so no issues for me here. But yeah, for those of you who aren't really used to Triforce, you might have a bit of trouble, like, sort of, you know, seeing the value in this build, I would say. Yeah, so we're gonna go into Yumu's Opportunity and then Triforce, and that's gonna give us a nice base, like, sort of starting thing. Technically, you can get the stats earlier if you run Opportunity first, and then you go, like, Mercury Treads for the Tenacity and Magic Resist. And then you go into, what was it? Yeah, Triforce, Opportunity, Mercs, Triforce, Lord Dominic's. That will give you 10 stats, but obviously, like, I want to have some lethality to work with, so I don't run that route. But technically, if you wanted to do the Jack of all trades thing and get it stacked earlier, then yeah, you would run that. I'm looking for a dive here, because it looks pretty juicy. Camille is gonna come over here and try and go on the Vega. Almost kill her with the Vega ultimate. I do some nice first strike damage there. Got Singed coming down. Pike is here though. He's gonna ghost actually, try and go for the Vega. He's gonna ghost and flash. So there's just nothing we can do here. He's gonna go down. Unfortunate. It is what it is. And yeah, I'm still playing pretty aggressive here though. I recognize that the red is up, I believe. I'm gonna go ahead and try and take this. It is, like, I don't know where this Rek'Sai is, man. I haven't seen him all game. Like, hello? Where is he? If I were him, I would be on my red right about now, but I am level 6, so even if he does come, I can fight him. Rek'Sai is a pretty hard matchup in today's meta. It's, like, I don't know, this Rek'Sai is, I don't think has the best lanes, so hard for him to do things early, but when a Rek'Sai gets good ganks off early and, you know, gets ahead, it's really, really hard as a Kha'Zix to actually, you know, come back from not come back from the game, but like contest Rek'Sai, because Rek'Sai is very bulky right now. You know, they can just buy plated steel caps and be unkillable, and as a Kha'Zix you don't have enough damage to actually kill them, provided their team is around. So yeah, bit of a difficult matchup at the moment. But we're gonna get the Ghostblade and the Lucid Boots, and we're just going to go back into the jungle. Dragon's up, so I do want to kind of play around this. All lane looks like a very juicy opportunity yet again. We have both laners in the lane as well, so this is just like, this is looking mighty good. I still have my elixir from Triple Tonic, so I can use that if I need to, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna jump on the Smear Leg and another free kill. Thank you. It's nice when you get free kills. Very, very good. Here's Rek'Sai. Not really able to do much here. I'm just gonna try and get a dragon here, because that's like the main objective up at the moment. And once we get that, I have so much I can do. So I think the main thing I want to do here is path bot to top and then take the next scrubs. But yeah, Rek'Sai's gonna go for a gank here, fail it completely, and then die. You know, this guy is making the Rek'Sai matchup look easy. It's not. I swear I have lost, like, I think this is the only game I've won against Rek'Sai. Oh, sorry, I spoiled the game. But yeah. Anyway, Camille's gonna come along here. I wanted to look for a mid gank, but Camille's gonna go try roam, and I'm gonna be able to chunk her down. Veigar's gonna try and finish her off, but I don't know about that one. She flashes out, and you know, that doesn't end up, that doesn't turn out too well for us. I'm wasting a lot of time here in my opinion, but at least I got some first strike gold, let's be honest. Now I'm looking for a kill opportunity here. We try and go on the Hui, who's in isolation, not able to get the auto off, or my W because I miss it, of course. But what should I do here, right? I hold my R. I know this fucker's gonna come back and try and clear his wave. So I use my last cast of R at the last second, and turns out it's just perfect timing. Like, I'm able to get in range for a flash Q and finish him off. So that's just the tip there. If you feel like that, like maybe you can get another use out of your R, don't just waste it for the move speed and run away and think the gank's over. Like, you can hold the ultimate and potentially fish for something else, you know, if you're patient enough. And sometimes it'll work out like that, where the enemy comes back and they're not expecting you because you're so low, but then you come back and just kill them. Very juicy stuff. Alright, so I'm finally able to go back to my jungle. Don't talk about that leap. You saw nothing. And we're gonna excuse me, we're gonna try and farm up as much as we can. I'm kind of expecting my top camps to be maybe gone. Just kidding, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna check them anyway, but in this case I should be recalling because I just hit level 9. I'm not gonna gain too much from just greeting for these camps right now. I can easily just recall, get a Turk, and get back onto the map, but you know, this is at a time where I'm still like, I'm still shit at the game. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, this month I've been playing really bad, just because I've been trying to get back into the swing of things. But yeah, I should really just recall and try to do something. But something you might be noticing is how much haste I have and how much I'm queuing because of this legend haste. The thing is, you can stack legend haste very, very quickly. It doesn't take long to stack it at all. And in doing so, you're gonna have a very nice chunk of haste to work with, which lets you just chuck out a bunch of Qs. It's really, really nice. Again, I have to emphasize this, it feels nice. It's not necessarily good, because you could just take Eyeball Collection and have some more AD to work with, and so your Qs will deal more damage, which is good for an assassin. But in this case, it only feels nice, you know? I'm not sure how to sort of determine its value when it, you know, only feels nice. It's just like, it's hard to measure how good Legend Haste is. Exactly. But yeah, okay, so you might notice my, okay, hang on. I will maybe talk about this later. I can't remember what happens here, I'm sorry. Anyway, I think, yeah, okay. Hueho is gonna come out here. Rek'Sai is gonna try and commit onto it. I'm a bit slow with my combo here. I feel like maybe I could have killed the Rek'Sai before he actually executed the Veigar, but, you know, That's just my old man hands. Pike going in for an engage on the Camille. Again, just this bot lane is extremely aggressive for no reason. Just it's the easiest way to get kills in this game at the moment, because that bot lane is a very, I don't know, the way they're playing is just extremely messy. It's like super uncalculated engages all the time, and it's just so like, I hate having those types of people on my team where they just mindlessly go in over and over and just die for no reason. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of value out of that, so that's good. Now you might notice, alright, finally I can talk about the build. You might notice about the build that I bought a Tiamat. I don't normally recommend this because my next item is opportunity. However, I bought the Tiamat so that I could have hopefully faster clear speed. And you know, my idea was that I would just farm the shit out of the map, and the Tiamat would help me like clear minion waves and clear my AoE camps and all that stuff. So that's the idea behind the Tiamat buy here. However, you know, I don't normally recommend this in a typical Kha'Zix build, unless you really just want to just hog everything on the map and just farm waves and farm everything. But yeah, anyway, I know I can kill this Samira, so I just brute force it. Not really worried about anything there. I'm going to try go for the dragon here. I'm actually trying to bait Camille into jumping over the wall because I have Pike next to me. So that doesn't work, but you know, the dragon is up for grabs here. Very, very free. Yeah, and something I really liked about this build, again, the haste. It's just like when you pair the legend haste with lethality, like an evolved Q, you're just cleaving everything down. It's really awesome. However, you have to kind of stand in place to deal that damage. It's not like super high burst or anything. It's just like very consistent DPS, I would say. So you know, when you're playing a squishy build like this, it's not the best in combat against other champs, but it is really good for taking neutral objectives and your jungle. So you can clear shit. You can clear shit on the map really, really fast. However, when it comes to champs, you gotta be extremely careful. And maybe like if you wanted to stand a better chance, you would forgo buying the lucidity boots and instead go for like a plate of steel caps or, you know, a bulkier build. But in this case, I am just, you know, it's pure glass cannon, fucking balls to the wall, you know, pure greed, even evolved E as well, like QE, pure greed playstyle. And I don't recommend this in a lot of games because it's just way too inconsistent in the majority of games. But this game I'm allowed to make it work. This is mainly because of the CC my team has, I believe. I think that's a major contributor, and also how well my bot lane is doing, because you obviously know better bot wins in this meta for sure, without a doubt. Like 80 carry is ridiculous. Anyway, fight's going to happen here. I don't know if I have to flash this, but I flash just in case because the entire team is around. I get a quick kill and then I jump out with the evolve. Pretty nice for me. I'm able to get gonna be able to recall and get opportunity here. Boom. And then our next item is going to be Triforce. And I'm sad after I remembered that they increased the cost of Sheen, so I can't actually buy it right now. But yeah, the first component is going to be Sheen. Just kidding, I buy double longsword because that's the... Okay. Normally I'd buy the Sheen first, but you know, I guess I just don't here for whatever reason. Now, the reason I really prioritize the Sheen... Hang on, there's a mindless engage happening yet again. Now, I'm looking for a double jump here. It managed to go onto the way. However, you know, Rek'Sai's here, and I just get CC'd and die. You see how squishy I am. Don't fucking double jump, simple as that. Every time I double jump, it ends badly. Oh my god, need to stop doing it. But yeah, that's a massive throw actually. I give away my shutdown, and Zaya dies as well. Pretty bad all around. Don't double jump, guys. Anyway, yeah, I realized my mistake. I'm trying to sell the Sheen, sell one longsword to get the Sheen, but it's not enough. And the reason, again, the reason why I like the Sheen is that it lets you take shit faster with the Sheen. The Sheen proc is like constantly happening while you clear camps and neutral objectives, so it adds a lot of damage to your clears. Very, very good. Anyway, our entire team is getting shut down and shit. FF comes out, understandable, but you know, obviously still winnable for sure. And I'm actually still really strong. However, I'm extremely vulnerable, so I need to be very, very careful in terms of my engages and stuff. Got to be extremely careful with that. Now, I recall specifically for the Sheen. As I said, that added damage on the auto attack, very nice for clearing. Zaya taking my chickens, we didn't talk about it. Ignore that, just, you know, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. And I'm going to be able to deal more damage with my auto when I go for engages on enemies too. I think Sheen in that regard is extremely underrated. Honestly, Sheen... it's funny because Sheen, I believe, out damages or takes sword. Or takes sword's passive later on. I can't remember, but I know Triforce does, absolutely. And so Triforce to me feels a lot better than Cycler Sword. But yeah, we're going to try and contest the dragon here. We're going to get some vision, and we managed to catch out the Rek'Sai here. Very, very nice. Samira getting caught out here too. Cool, very good, juicy. I have Herald here too, so I can use this. Although I don't want it to charge onto this tower because it's really, really low. So jump forward, Sheen proc it. And then we're going to charge the next tower, which is going to give us a lot of pressure here. We can siege this tower pretty nicely because the minion wave. We still have some minions, so we're going to be able to take that down. But I see a good opportunity to jump on Camille. She ults me, and then I just realized then that her Hextech ultimatum, her ultimate, doesn't end when she dies. That's, you know, that's good to know. So I just jump into nothing. We're going to get the dragon again. Very, very good. 1600 gold. Looking very good at the moment. Farming very, very well. And, yeah, overall, this is... if I had to, like, give this build sort of an identity, it would be... You know, it's a very greedy sort of... You know, I want money kind of build. Where you are just farming the whole map. And you're fast because of the Yumus. Right, and all the move speed you've got. You clear everything really quickly because of your Sheen / Triforce and your eventual Tiamat. And overall, you can just move from camp to camp, wave to wave, take everything in an instant, and then just get really strong through experience and gold. And it's a very greedy playstyle. It's just really not ideal in a lot of games. Unless you're playing with absolute, you know, monkeys. I think this build can work really nicely. It's actually pretty damn good in those situations where you know, you have to kind of carry yourself and you can't rely on your team. Very good in that regard in terms of getting fed and shit. But when you're playing with your team, you can't really, you know, you're better off going a more bursty type, just, you know, like raw damage build, because that is generally better for team play because your burst will help your team capitalize off of stuff better. It's not that you can't burst with this build. I'm just saying that this is like burst is not the first thing that comes to mind when I think of this one. But yeah, I'm trying to get some vision here because Baron's up. This is what we're playing for next. But I have to be extremely careful, right? Because like I said, I'm extremely squishy, extremely, you know, non-prio type build where there's no defense. You know, I got nothing, man, and I'm cute evolve. Gonna be, excuse me, extremely careful. Anyway, fight is breaking out here. Isolated Rek'Sai, gonna be able to pick him up. I find some, you know, there's so much potential for me to do damage here, but the problem, I managed to pick up Camille, but what went wrong was that I did not respect the Singed, who has Riftmaker Leandries, and so his poison just kind of obliterates me. Like, he presses E on me, that's 300 damage right there, and then his Q did 540 damage to me. Like, hello? That's a lot of damage, and I just slowly lost my health over time there, and I just, you know, didn't have enough to survive in that fight. So I should have stayed well away from the Singed in that scenario, and probably just focused on everyone else back in the back, because they are way squishier, and I can potentially deal with them a lot, you know, a lot easier. Anyway, get the Triforce. Or did I have that already? I can't remember. I'm talking too much. Yeah, there's a lot of things to sort of cover with this build. So when we have these stats, you know, a bit of AD, lethality, haste, move speed from the boots, and Triforce with attack speed and health, we have about, I think it's 7 stats. Can't really remember. And then when we buy LDR, it's going to be 9 stats. What's interesting is that Riot Spaghetti Code, and the fact that they can't really, you know, I don't know what they were thinking, fucking jack of all trades, but maybe I'll talk about this later. Yeah, okay. Fight is breaking out, looking for an engage here, pick up Samira here, and that's gonna be it for there, for that scenario. Right, so what I wanted to say was, with Opportunity, what's interesting about Opportunity is that its lethality, for some reason, Riot Spaghetti Code, Opportunity's lethality counts as a separate stat from other lethality sources. Meaning, if you have Opportunity and then you buy a serrated Dirk, the 2 sources of lethality will count as 2 stats for Jack of all trades. I don't know why. It's fucking weird. It shouldn't be like that, but it is. Am I complaining? No, because it opens up stuff like this. Builds like this. If they fix it, then you'll have to go like, you have to go Merc Treads or something in order to get that extra stat. But yeah, for this build, it works out, and we take those. So gonna recall after getting Baron here because Renekton's nobly sacrificed himself to lure the entire team bot side. Of course they do. Of course they just follow the split pushing guy and leave Baron completely exposed. Yeah, but yeah, because of that, we're gonna get the Baron, recall, get Last Whisper, and now I'm getting level 16 off this crab here. Boom. And now we are pretty damn strong, actually. Very, very strong. Still no Edge of Night and no defense, so we still need to be very careful. Double jump here, potentially. Go for the Samira, reset. Get the Camille as well here. I would die if Rek'Sai decided to jump on me here, but, you know, he doesn't. Cool. Probably should have, to be honest, because I'm very fed and I have a big shutdown. Like, him dying probably would have been worth it for me. But, yeah, just another nice 2 kills. And the bulk we have from the Triforce is pretty... like, it definitely helps a lot in terms of helping us stay alive. What would complete this build and make it great would be Edge of Night. But we can't get that because we're running Lucidity Boots, and if we buy Edge of Night, we won't have the 10 stats from Jack of all trades. But yeah, fight is still happening here. Gonna pick up a free kill from Rek'Sai there, very good. And we're just going to go... okay, I was gonna go bot side, but looks like I find a good opportunity here. I used my leap preemptively, so can't really jump on anyone here, and I find a good chance to go for a double jump. Tiamat double jump on the Singe to escape from that scenario. Very cool. The one double jump that I've done that's actually worked. Incredible. So with that, I'm going to get a good amount of gold. I'm going to be able to get my LDR, which is going to put us at 9 stats from the crit rate. And the armor pen from LDR. The armor pen counts as a stat because it's, you know, it's not a tooltip like Cyrilda's. Cyrilda's armor pen doesn't count, which is unfortunate. Samira overstepping, of course, like monkey business here. But yeah, it's really stupid how this rune works. Camille just being a monkey as well, like embarrassing, honestly. Yeah, I have a lot of, like, this is just an experimental build, right? But I'm just like, it is technically a fun build to run, but I just find it so stupid how the rune itself is designed. Like, no one in their right mind is gonna take this shit half the time. I feel like it's just this for fun, like, filler rune, because they couldn't think of anything else in that inspiration branch that would be good. But anyway, here's the beauty of this build. If you manage to be able to get a split push off, look at how much damage I do to the tower. It's ridiculous. The Sheen proc is ridiculous, and I'm able to take this down all by myself, just with Triforce, Sheen proc, and attack speed. Very, very good. I use my R here, because I kind of panicked. I'm gonna go back in on him, and, you know, he's just gonna go down with the pike. Very, very good. But yeah, suddenly the inhibitor's gone. Like, that's what I love about this build. If you're able to play the map, and sort of, you know, get those split pushes off, where you can clear with the Tiamat, and then just quickly push towards the base and take towers, it feels amazing, and you gain such a massive lead because of that. But yeah, last item, Ravenous Hydra. Not Profane, it's Ravenous Hydra, because we need the lifesteal from it in order to get 10 stats. And as you can see, I hovered over it. We have 10 unique stats from Jack of all trades, which means now we have the bonus adaptive force from it. I mean, we get it at 5 stacks, but now that we have 10 stacks, we get even more adaptive force. Oh my god. This changes everything. We're gonna go onto the way here. Holy shit, look at that damage. Very good. Very good stuff. Camille ults me. I almost die, but I used my last cast of voice to stay alive and jump out. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I gotta say, once you hit full build, it feels really good. Listen, it's a fun build, okay? Let's just leave it at that. Alright? It's fun. I think it has some viability in terms of being able to farm really quickly and farm the whole map, but other than that, can you do the same thing with any other Kha'Zix build? Yes. Is it going to be more effective? Probably. But, you know, does this... I will say, like, hitting this point, you will do a lot of damage, so just keep that in mind. Try and go on Camille here, and, yeah, there's just so much to say about this build, I don't know. I'm trying to fit it all in, but it's just not happening. Anyway, I'm going to try and go in for an engage here. Try to go on Camille, but no isolation. However, look at that damage. Very good. Ravenous Hydra, really, really nice in terms of life stealing too. Very, very good. Yeah, I gotta say, let's just, if I were to make one final statement on this build, it would be, this is a very selfish, heavy farm build, and you can take over the map with it, but if you have a good team that you're playing with, you feel like your team can set you up and stuff, definitely just run other stuff, because the investment it takes to make this build worth is quite a lot. You have to play very selfish and farm heavy, so not always the right call all the time, of course. Anyway, we take Baron. Trying to go for an engage here. I want to look for something here because I'm very, very strong. Hey, hello, how you doing, buddy? EQ, auto attack. Hydro, and then he just dies. Managed to get the crit off there too. Very good. Looking for more, but I'm just way too low. I get sniped by Rek'Sai. Fucking hell. I sent him flying. But that's gonna be the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to try this build out if you like. It definitely feels really good. It's a build that... one of the best feeling Kha'Zix builds I've played in a while. However, its viability is questionable. So just keep that in mind. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time.